Hi guys, what is up? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I am in the garden, as you can see. It is cold and blustery and a proper autumnal morning. That's the cockerel. So I'm starting here. I'm going to feed all the animals, let them out, do everything I need to do, and then I head inside, get myself dressed, and head out into the day because I have lots and lots to do as a busy working mum anyway. But as it's autumn, I want to get the house cleaned, decorated, and just get everything sorted for the month ahead. So keep watching and you will see what I do typically. Hey, missus. So first thing I do in the morning is go around the garden, see all the ladies and feed and water them. We have quite a variety. This is a silky here. Lots of ducks as well. And we have loads of quail. These are painted quail and there's a few varieties in here. Lovely little birds and they give gorgeous miniature eggs. With having so many animals, we have these big bins in the garden that we fill up with corn, wheat, barley and oats. And as you can see, it takes a few big jugfuls to feed all of these birds. Hey, missus. These birds make wonderful pets, if anyone's thinking of them. They're very friendly, they all have their own personalities, and they're great for the children as well. Plus, you get yummy, yummy eggs. Now, once all these ladies have had a feed and a bit of a water, they are let out into the garden to roam. They all like to have a little bit of a social, bit of a chatter, and then they all tend to go off into their own little groups for the day. And this is Ford. He is one of 4 tortoises that live in the garden. Tortoises' shells have nerve endings in them, so they do like a good scratch. Although don't be fooled, this one is a meanie. And at the moment the children are collecting frogs and looking after some. So there's this little baby frog here, and he has some friends in that tank with some newts. Once we've went round the garden and done all our chores for the day, it is then time to get ready. So I head up to the bathroom and just wash my face after the night. I don't really use anything particular. There's no creams and lotions. It is just hot water and soap. Next, it's to get ready. So again, makeup wise, I don't tend to really wear much makeup.
I wear more for filming, obviously, because when you're on camera it looks like you are dead, to be honest. So I always have to put on a bit more than I would normally. And this entails some concealer under my eyes to hide my mum bags, some eyeliner, eyeshadow and mascara, and you will see me put some blush on as well, and then a bit of lipstick or lip balm.
Okay, so the animals are all fed and watered. I have got dressed, and I'm just going to do a few little pieces to prep for the day. I'll be decorating all the house. I'm going to try and make a wreath. I will be potting some plants. I've got a few things to make, food for the day, and some prep to make some long-term food storage over the month. So before all that, I'm going to do this. So what I'm going to do is just chop up some fruit and stick it in the dehydrator. You can do this in the oven as well. It just takes a little bit longer in the oven. And this is just to put a garland on the hallway, I think. I might do it on the mantelpiece in the living room, but with my toddler, he'll probably put it down and eat it. So I think the hallway is the safer bet. So I'm just going to start taking slices of this before I can then put it in the oven. And what you want to do really is take a variety of fruits. And other than it looks nice because there's lots of different colours and sizes, it also smells amazing. So I'll pretend that's a pro tip. Once you've got all your fruit cut, example here, you are then going to put it onto some parchment paper on a baking tray if you're popping it in the oven. So that would literally just be your tray, bit of parchment paper, and this is just obviously so it stops sticking. You're just going to lay your pieces out. They can be squashed together, they don't have to be any gaps. So you're literally just going to do this, all your different ones, make a pretty picture, whatever. And then once you've got that, you're going to stick it in your oven on low for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So I've been doing mine in the oven on around about 75. Some places will tell you higher, but when I've done that, they burn and discolour really fast. Or just turn to charcoal, which no one wants a charcoal wreath. So that's what you're going to do for the oven. As I said, I have a dehumidifier, so I'm going to stick mine in there just because it'll be a little bit quicker. And as I am lastminute.com and I literally leave everything to the very last millisecond, I want it up to date, so anything that speeds up time will be helpful for me. So yeah, I'm going to do that now, go put it in the dehumidifier, and then once it's dry I'll string it up and pop it on the mirror in the hallway, I think.
Next we are off to the farm. We visit here once or twice a month normally for our grain and our straw. Here's the husband carrying those big bales across. So we really filled up the car this time. As you can see, we rammed what we could in. There is lots of bags of the corn, the barley, the wheat, the oats, and several bales of straw. that I was told would not fit in, but I made sure it would. And then we were off to the garden centre. We had quite a bit of compost to pick up as well. And I want to get some more chrysanthemums for the porch. You can see all the new colours out now for autumn. Everything's starting to tinge onto the darker and warmer side.
So it's early afternoon now. I've stopped what I was doing inside. The sun's went in, it's quite overcast, there's a few rain clouds off in the distance, so I thought if I don't get out now I might miss my chance. So I have some mums and some other plants around that I need to pot for the front porch. There's definitely a chill in the air, so I'm going to whip a jumper on and get to planting them and try and get them on the porch before it gets dark. If not, I'll do it first thing tomorrow and then finish off the rest of the house once I finish this.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a dying ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow.
Next, I thought I'd head back to the garden while the rain is holding off and pick some apples. It only takes a few minutes. We are really lucky to be lined with lots of fruit trees in our back garden, and I thought nice and quick we'll make some little treats for the children.
Every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face.
So now I've finally got round to collecting some apples off the trees that I've been meaning to do for absolutely weeks now. The kids have been asking for apple cake, and I thought there's a few variations I can do, but I have some leftover pastry in the fridge, so I'm going to make just some little apple pies. Bite size that they can just pop in, eat away, snack on, and then I'm not making one big thing that might not get all eaten in one go. So I'm just going to slice and dice these. I'll stick them in the pan and puree them and then crack on. So the really nice big looking apples off the tree, and we have a few smaller Raeburns. Both very good for baking. I think we do have 2 or 3 different varieties. But these are the ones I tend to use, these big ones here. The smaller ones, trees, although they are fruiting, they've only been up several years, and I think they could be a little bit more mature before we decide to start taking fruit from them. So we'll just leave those ones to the animals.
So to make the puree, you're just going to slice all your apples up, pop them in a pan with some water and apple juice. Put a tablespoon of ground cinnamon, half a tablespoon of ground nutmeg, and then half a cup of brown sugar. And let that boil and simmer. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes and then it's good to go.
Okay, so once you have your apple pureed, I've left mine semi-chunky with the puree in it, and that had the cinnamon and the nutmeg. You're going to take your pastry. You can make pastry obviously, but just as easily and cheaply you can buy it. So this is puff pastry I am using. You can use some crust if you would prefer, but as these are only going to be small apple bites, puff would work a little bit easier and a little bit lighter, I think, for the children. You can also add lots of things in with this, pecans, certain flavoured butters, but again, no, my children, I'm just going to stick to straightforward pureed apple. That way we're going to have no complaints. And for this, I'm going to chop the sheets into triangles. So let me just go like that, and I will show you what I mean. So I'm going to just chop into a triangle like that, and then going to scoop some puree on. Don't worry about it getting messy. Messy tastes good. And then literally with my triangle, I'm going to roll it up and over like that, and then stick it on the tray. So this is just a normal tray with some grease-proof paper, and I'm just going to repeat that over and over until I've used up all of my puree. So I've just got a package delivered, and it's been something I've been waiting for quite a few weeks now. So we're going to open it and see, because it'll probably be part of the display somewhere. So it's perfect timing. I got it from is Weird and Wonderful Ceramics. Oh, let me see if I can bring it closer. So this is an independent company, small business, and obviously supporting small business is always best. And by the looks of it, it's really well packaged as well. Ooh, noodles everywhere. These noodles are really good. I'm going to film a video on how to make 4 candy treats, 4 sweeties for Halloween. So one of the things I do, other than real sweets, I normally make a display at Halloween with lots of fake sweets, like over the top bundles, or things like this where it's a flower display but then there's, you know, bits of candy and lollipops and things like that sticking out. So things like packing noodles are really good for things like that. And there is just bazillions. Right, let's I'm gonna get up on here. I'm gonna get up on here. I'll bring you in closer so you can see. Right. Okay, so number 1, it's actually been that long because they're all handmade to order. Like I said, it has been several weeks. So, to be honest, I've forgotten what colours I got. Because I know there was a few things I wanted and I didn't get everything I wanted. So, let's see what I did get. Oh, that is lovely. Look at that. Handmade, hand painted. There's the little tag underneath. This lovely rib and that little detail on the front. And I know they do these in quite a few different colours. I really wanted it's like a white and gold version of this. It's really opulent, very glam. And it was stunning. It had like a pearlescent look on the website. But yes, maybe that's next year's purchase. So I think I did only get 2 things. Let me just stick my hand in and make sure there's nothing else lurking. No. Okay. Great packaging. I know a lot of companies this year, like mainstream companies, have had loads of packing issues and people are getting all their ceramics and resin products broken and bashed. So really glad that this is well packaged, because obviously other than it's fragile, the last thing a small business wants to be doing is refunding things for people, so really well. Oh, exciting. Oh. Look at that. So, I don't know how well you can see that. Let me just on the screen so it zooms in a little bit better. You can see the spider web detail. And then you have this really nice drink. It's like a candy pink. And the little bat wings. It's the same on the side. So again, every one of these is going to be, it's pink on the inside, is going to be totally different. You're not going to get one of the same. So they're all going to have little imperfections, all the drizzles are going to be different. The glaze as well is probably a slightly different shade between them, but yeah, that lovely spiderweb detail, little bat wings. And yeah, I lovely. So I shall have to make some toppers for them. I suppose I'll do a video on toppers as well then, and get them out into the house and display them and use them. I love this pattern one, so cute. And these again come in lots of different colours. So if pink's not your thing, check it out. There's other colours. Where have I put my card? Right. So again, let me click on it. www.ceramics.co.uk, and they do all sorts. They do teapots, bowls, pasta bowls, plates, jugs. Obviously your mind goes blank when you're trying to think. Lots of different cups, mugs, all different sizes. I think there's tea towels, bedding, little tea caddy holders. There was lots and lots of different things, all different colours, all different styles, all different options. Anyway, so yeah, check them out if you do want something that is handmade, locally produced to your country if it isn't close by to you necessarily the factory, and just a nice little small business that makes one-off pieces that not everyone else is going to have. So yeah, weird and wonderful ceramics. What's next? Right, I think I'll go spray paint the wreath form now, and yeah, see you on the other side.
So I took my hoops into the garden and sprayed them twice with some chalk paint, and decided to head over and snip a few branches from our conifer trees.
Okay, so the rain is definitely upon me. I've just took the plant pots out the front, but I thought I'd best quick whip it in the garden, get these. I could really do with some of the coat, but I've done it with chalk paint anyway, so it's got that rustic look, I suppose. So I'm going to bring these together. Let me see what else I've got. I grabbed a couple of bundles of straw from our animals' bedding. Clean, still on the bale, not actually their bedding. And then I have quite a bit of foliage. Let me grab it from the garden and from the forests around. So what I'm going to do now is just make this up. I could just use the singular hoop, but I'm going to use the two and tie them at the bottom. You can use tie wraps for this, string, elastic bands, glue, strong glue. You need strong glue, but lots of things you can use for it. If you have string or wool, something like that lying around, then use that, it's not an issue. I'll probably just use some twine, and then if it's seen through the foliage, at least it won't look untoward. So let me grab some twine. So twine. I've got the tie wraps. Should I need a few? Get them out ready. The amount of things that you must just see me flinging behind here and discarding. I promise it isn't a whole heap of crap. There's a whole heap, but it's not all rubbish. I do, at the end of the day, tidy it all away. So, let me get where I'm going. If this is... trying to find just the best bit that's going to look okay. The only thing with this chalk paint is it flakes off, so most annoying. So I'm going to go around. Right. So So tie wrap for this original bit, and then that gives us 2 hoops. And then I'm just going to start doing this. So I'll start with some similar length branches. And I'm literally just going to go like this, go like that, lay them down, overlap them a little. I think I need a bigger table. Then I'm going to go for the straw. So straw, straw. One there, and one there, I think. So the straw then is just adding a bit more texture and something slightly different. I suppose it also acts as not making it look completely like Christmas. Lastly, I'm going to put a bow on. So normally I'd make my own bows out of material or obviously thick ribbon, etc, etc. But this bow, I'll show you, nice hessian bow. It's quite big, as you can see. It was a pound. So I saw it and thought, bargain! Not often you get anything for £1. Even in the pound shop now, God, have anyone noticed that the pound shop seems to be creeping up to £2-3 for stuff? I sure have. So I'm just going to twist that on there. Seriously. This straw through, so we'll see in a bit more of it. Don't want it completely covered over. Stick it out like that, stick it out like that. Right, let's go hang it on the door before it rains. Okay, so back at the front door, I have brought out the wreath. I've brought some spare foliage and a command hook. So I'm going to try and get it on the door now without falling down. And then if I need any spaces and I need to readjust, I've got the extra foliage. I've also brought an elastic band.
And here it is, guys, up on the door. I put it on that clear command hook and it stuck really well, no issues. I hung it straight away, although it did say wait an hour, but I was a bit too impatient. And for £3, it's a bargain really, isn't it? Does the job on the tin.
Okay guys, I am at the Builders Merchant. We are picking up some wood for all the projects we have. I have a blackboard to frame and I'm going to use that for the autumn sign today. I also have several mirrors I need to frame that I am repurposing. I need to get wood for fencing for the allotment, wood for some flower bed pots I'm making, and what else do I need for all the kitchen flooring outside. We're doing decking outside the kitchen once the extension is finished. So lots to look at, lots to get, and lots to think about, and lots of money to spend. There's always money to spend, unfortunately. Things aren't free. So this is Sammy. Hey Sammy. He's a cock. Hey, hey. It's got beautiful colours, aren't you? Are you beautiful? The cockerels are always the nice colours. I think that's the same with most males in the animal kingdom. You gotta attract your little ladies, don't you? You gotta attract them. His crow is pretty pathetic. Sorry mate, but it is. It's pathetic. There's Big Billy behind me there at the back. Getting his little waddle feed in. And he's got a proper crow, what you expect. And then this little guy sounds like he's been choked halfway through it. But don't worry, you're just a little guy. These are bantams as well, so ooh, as you can see, their feet, oh let me get my hair out, it's okay mister. Their feet are very floofy. Let's go down. I'll show you a bit better. Look at those big fluffy feet. He's gone back to his women. The women folk. Whereas Billy here, this little guy, are not so little, as you can see, their feet are just toes. And these are his two girlfriends. He has got another two in here, that lavender, and there is all black behind. They're Araucanas, the lavender and the black Araucanas, and these are cream leg bars. They have such nice colouring. Really quite placid, happy to come to you. And they give lovely eggs, as most home birds do. So these give a really like creamy, a bit like a dappled egg, so it's silvery almost with the dapple. And then the Araucanas back here, I don't know if the other one is actually laying an egg. They lay blue eggs, a lovely, really pale light blue. So we're hoping that Billy here mates with all four of them and we can get a nice variety of egg. And we'll incubate some little chicks over the next few months. And we might even let them sit on some in the spring, we'll see. So these have the full roam of the garden. During the day, as do the other birds, we have other chickens at the end of the garden. As you'll have seen in the earlier piece at the beginning of the video from this morning, they were all out roaming all over, making a right mess they do. My borders that you can see behind there, they used to be beautiful. They used to be full of lots of different flowers, lots of colours, big bushy shrubs, and then we got the chickens, and they like to eat, as we all do. Who can blame them? I like to eat myself. But yes, they have munched away at all the flowers, and when they're gone they start on other things. So they do have the full roam of the garden, and then as it starts to get dusky over the next few hours, they go back into their runs and make sure they're locked up for the night, because as it gets closer to winter, the foxes start to come in, and we have lost birds before, chickens, geese and ducks, and we obviously wouldn't want that to happen again. So in the summer you can leave them out longer, and also there's less chance in the summer because more things are abundant and foxes don't need to come into the town as much. But as winter sets in and things start to burrow down, literally hibernate, scarce for food, the foxes start to come in, and as the evenings are getting darker a bit earlier, we have to make sure they're locked away, ready. So they'll still stay out here for a few hours just grazing. These are the ones come to join, and then we'll eventually put them in the house and put the wood down so they are tucked up for the night properly. The ducks are over in the pond already, and again we'll get them out tomorrow. The pond has a lid on, so they have like a little island in there that they can quacking away, a little island in there that they can stand on and sleep on, and then they have obviously water should they wish to swim. Hey, hello, 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 hello. Same with these, they tend to be the last out. With them being so small, we just give them a little bit extra time to get around without the bigger chickens being around, and then we'll take them in. They have yet to have a proper house that is fox proof, so on a night time we are bringing them into the kitchen. They are going into a box in the kitchen, a cage that we cover over so it doesn't stress them out, and then of a morning so we bring them back out and they get to roam the garden. There we go again. Yes, so I can see a few tortoises as well up against the borders tucking in for the night. One's climbed into a plant pot, and the others will be roaming around and getting ready to dig in for bed as well. The quail are all settling down now. I've just given them a second feed because they are greedy beggars, and they've went wild for that, and they'll start tucking themselves in now and going to sleep also. Yeah, so I need to get back inside, start to think about making dinner, and then my jobs for this evening are... Hello Mabel. Hello. This is Mabel. Yes, the jobs for this evening are to clear the kitchen and paint. Oh lovely, oh lovely, lovely. I don't want to have to pretend I like you licking my face because you're on camera. No one likes them licking. I see what else she licks, so I definitely don't like her licking my face. And he's her sister now. Yes, I need to paint the kitchen for the evening, getting ready for all the tiles going down on the floor, and then it all begins again tomorrow. So I'm going to get on with that. I've just put the wreath on the door. Plants are out. What else have I done? Oh gosh, so much. Yeah, I'll keep taking you with me for as long as I can. So I have my tub of slices. They took a few hours in the dehydrator. Like I said, you can do them in the oven. There is a mix of some oven in here, so I'll show you the difference. Let's have a look. So this one was in the oven, and as you can see it is browner than this slice of orange that was done in the dehydrator. So both do the same job, but if you want to keep the colour, a dehydrator. If not, oven, just as good. So I'm going to string these up now. So let me just attach you onto there. There we are. And let's just see how we're going to do it. So I'm going to get some twine, have some green as well, but I may wait and use that for Christmas. So just grab the end, and we are just going to thread loads on. Now these pretty much have these holes in the centre anyway. Otherwise you can use like a large thread for wool or something like that. Now I I want this to be quite long because I want it to go along the hallway table, so I'm just going to measure myself with the string to make sure I have enough, and then go from there. Now you could knot these either side, so for instance, tie a knot, thread through, and then tie a knot again so it stays where you want it to. We can leave it as is. And you can move them around.
And that's it, guys. It's such a really easy and cheap decoration to make that you can do using lots of things you already have in the cupboards. I've just hung it over the mirror and I'm evenly placing those slices out. Then I'm off to paint the kitchen white, which I will bore you with. So have a wonderful rest of your day.